keep your finger off the trigger until your sights are on the target. You know, in theory, I could walk around all day with my finger on the trigger, and as long as I keep it pointed in a safe direction and something happens and the gun goes off, it's okay because it goes off in a safe direction, right? And so a little bit, this is a level of redundancy. So you don't need to put your finger on the trigger though. And so let's keep it off the trigger until your sights are on the target and you're intending to shoot the gun. And some of the reasons for that are gonna be sympathetic response. So what you do with one hand, particularly under stress and under the excitement of an event, you might do with the other hand. So I'm walking around like this, and this has happened, like the police officer is walking up to the car, he slips, he goes to grab and catches balance, and boom, the gun goes off. That is a thing that occurs. And when people are startled, they're surprised, oftentimes their entire body will clench up. And if you do that, and your body clenches up and your finger's on the trigger, the gun's gonna go off, and that's obviously not good. And so we wanna keep our finger off the trigger until our sights are on the target. And really what we wanna do as a rule of thumb here is, if you can see your trigger finger from the other side of the gun, that's not enough away. Technically it is off the trigger, but we wanna be up here, at least on the slide, or at least on the frame, if not up here on the slide, okay? And if I've basically identified a threat or a target that I'm gonna shoot, and my gun is pointed at the target, I can start putting my finger on the trigger before I'm really perfectly set and ready to go. And so it isn't really slower at all. And some people will say, well, I'm ready to go all the time, so I want to keep my finger on the trigger, and that's just bad habits.